Okay, thanks, Lila, and I see that that you started the recording. So, welcome. I'm going to call the Budget Advisory Special Meeting, Budget Advisory Commission Special Meeting to order. So today is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2022. I'm Anna Brawley, the chair of the BAC, and we will start with our land acknowledgement and reminder about the tech, and then I will turn it over to Lila for roll call. So land acknowledgement. A land acknowledgement is a formal statement that recognizes and respects Indigenous peoples and the enduring relationship that exists between Indigenous peoples and the land. I'd like to acknowledge that we live and work on the unceded land of the Dena'ina people and thank them for their past, present, and future stewardship of the land on which we all live. And then also a note for the Teams chat. So of course, we're meeting virtually today. So just a reminder for folks, please, thanks for joining this virtual meeting. Please note that the Teams chat is not part of the audio recording of this commission meeting. So to make the audio record as complete as possible, comments should be stated into the record and not placed in the chat. If you'd like to make a comment in the chat, I'll ask you to say it verbally as well. And then of course, you're still welcome to use the chat for raising your hand or asking questions, or you can use the raise hand function and I will keep an eye on it. So with that, let's move over to roll call. So Lila, please go ahead and call roll.
Thank you. Ms. Brawley?
Here.
Mr. Flynn?
Here.
Ms. Hall?
Present.
Ms. Hobson?
Here.
Mr. Minor? Mr. Clauda?
Here.
Ms. Reese?
Here.
Mr. Tamani? Ms. Warfield? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Lila. And that does mean that we have a quorum. So we will go ahead and move on to approval of agenda. And I'll just note we have one item, since this is a special meeting today, we have one item, which is the 2023 budget resolution that was sent out as a draft. So I'll ask if there are any changes to the agenda. Okay, I'm not hearing any. So any objection to approval? Okay, also not hearing any, so we'll consider the agenda approved. And again, I want to thank everybody for making time for the special meeting, and hopefully we'll move through the resolution quickly today. So Lila, if you can go ahead and pull up the resolution. So just as a reminder for folks, this is building on the work session that we had and then discussion at our prior meeting, which we did not formally have a quorum at, but we did have a just a really brief discussion about the budget. And so this is a resolution that we have put forward for consideration and a vote for approval from this commission. And essentially it lays out the role of the Budget Advisory Commission and makes just a couple general recommendations. So I guess to start off discussion, I'll ask for a motion in a second, and then we can move into discussion, which can include questions, amendments, anything that we'd like to talk about. So could I hear a motion in a second for approval?
Motion for approval.
Is it a motion to approve the resolution or the discussion?
Oh, sorry, this would be to approve the resolution. And then, so I heard Rachel moved, and so I'm just looking for a second.
Okay, this is Liz. No, second.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion by Rachel, second by Lindsay. And so now we can move into discussion. So again, this is the same version that we sent out a couple weeks ago for review. And then Lila, maybe you could skip toward the end, just to note, it lays out most of the whereas clauses describe the role of the Budget Advisory Commission and just state the facts about the budget process. And then some of the later whereases speak specifically to both the mobile crisis team, its role, as well as a statement about the capital improvement program and capital budget. And then I'll just note that the three, therefore be it resolved, notes that the Budget Advisory Commission is recommending approval of the budget with any necessary amendments regarding the mobile crisis team, And if those who've been following, there was some discussion about, which department it would sit under and what the funding level would be. So that was the context for that. The second one is regarding the capital improvement budget and the capital improvement program. And so this resolution is drafted, recommends considering additional capital projects as appropriate, given the state of our infrastructure and maintenance needs. And then the third one simply recommends approval of the utility and enterprise budgets without additional comment. So with that, I'll just open up if there's folks who have questions, would like to make comments, and or if you'd like to change anything, then we can go through the amendment process as well.
This is Lindsay again. I read through it a couple of times, and I think I asked my questions at the last session. So I just want to say I think that it's well done. I think it does a good job, and I don't have any additional comments.
Okay, thanks, Lindsay. And yeah, I should have also said I appreciate the work of Vice Chair Nolan Clouda. He was the one who took the first pass at this draft, and so I appreciate your work as well. And Nolan, I don't know if there was anything that I missed that you wanted to add, but feel free to jump in.
Yeah, Madam Chair, nothing major to add. I think, yeah, I won't add anything. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any questions, comments, changes? Okay, I'm not seeing any. So unless maybe folks are moving to speak, then I think maybe we're ready. So I will call the question and then we can begin the vote if that sounds good. So Lila, maybe would you mind just running through the roll call vote?
Just one moment here. Okay, Ms. Brawley?
I vote yes.
Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
Yes.
Ms. Hobson?
Yes.
Mr. Clouda?
Yes.
Mr. Minor is not here. Ms. Reese?
Yes.
And Mr. Tumani has not joined us yet, and Ms. Warfield has not joined us either.
Okay, thank you. And I know, we typically have done things with no objection, but since we passed so few resolutions, I figured I might as well do a full vote. So with that, then based on our members present and the votes, then that resolution passes. And so I think, so again, thank you everybody for participating today. And in terms of next steps, then we will be sending that off to the Assembly and the Mayor's office just to make it part of the public record. And Courtney, I see you're off mute. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let everybody know that what Lila will do is get that resolution ready and send it over for signature, and then we'll send it through the agenda process so it makes it onto the next assembly meeting's agenda. So it'll be on the December 6th. So unfortunately, verbally, we can let the assembly know that you guys took a vote today, but formally we won't be able to put something on the agenda as the meeting is tonight, so that agenda is set.
Yeah, thanks for that reminder, Courtney. And yeah, we'll make sure that it gets in the process, and I'll be ready to vote, or sorry, ready to sign it when you guys have it ready.
Very good.
Okay. So Lila, maybe you can switch back to the agenda one more time. And obviously, I know this was our only business item, so I just want to note that our next meeting, our meetings are listed there. So we have December 8th, and then by that point, we'll have heard a summary of what happened with the budget, which I know is scheduled to be voted on tonight. We'll check in on our department assignments, and then we'll look ahead to the next year. And then, of course, if you haven't done so already, please follow up with Lila if you want any help scheduling those meetings and with the department heads. And if you have any issues, please feel free to reach out to staff. So if there's no other business, then I will look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, this is Nolan.
Okay. I'm going to guess there's no objections. So thank you again, everybody, for making time today, and have a happy Thanksgiving. We're adjourned.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank
too,
you.
thank you.
All right. Bye.